I hired my first personal assistant. She's actually a virtual assistant. But the reason why I did this was to buy my time back. So I'm currently managing, or I can say I'm kind of like the owner of this company that I'm running. And I say I'm kind of like the owner because on document I'm not, but I operate as if I am. It's actually my mother-in-law business that she founded about 20 years ago. But 3 years ago, my wife and I converted it into a corporation, and my wife became a shareholder along with my mother-in-law. My goal here is to scale Made Team. It's a cleaning company, and I'm operating as if I'm the owner. So I'm moving to Texas. I've been in California, and I just want to share my story here because I'm an extreme introverted person. I went to 13 schools, from elementary to high school. I dropped out of school in junior year, and I've always felt dumb. I've always had negative thoughts. I've always been hard on myself. Never been positive, and I've always had that gut feeling that I wanted to do something great. I want to be successful. I want to be rich, etc. But always felt dumb. Didn't know how I can get there. What ways can I get there? So when I dropped out, I started working, and I was, how can I say this? My only way to outstand and be different was by being agreeable, by being obedient, and by being hardworking, working with speed and getting things done, not being told twice, taking initiative, and most importantly, following all the steps necessary. So kind of like just being a good employee, I would say. But I would always try to be different. If, like my first job, right? I work in a warehouse, and all I had to do there was pick up the items. I had a bar scanner, I had a cart that I had to push with multiple bins, and I had to follow what the scanner said, pick up the items, put them in the bin, and bring them to the shipping department. Most of my coworkers would pick up 80 items in 1 hour. I would always pick up over 100, over 120, 140, 160, 180 was tough to get. It had to be busy for me to hit those numbers, but I would always hit above 120, almost always. The only times I wouldn't was when it was slow, because I couldn't. But when I could, I wouldn't. And so like in every other job I had, I applied speed, I applied obedience, taking initiative, etc. And that's all I did. But then I realized that wasn't enough, because I thought that if I were to do that, the boss, my superior, would notice me, and they would bring me up in position, in responsibility, and most importantly, in wage. That never happened. The truth is that you can't just think that the opportunity will come. You have to create it. And that's what I didn't know back then. I thought that the opportunity would come to me because with my actions, it was enough. You actually have to communicate it. You really have to communicate it to your superiors, to your manager. And so in 2012, I started working for my mother-in-law. I moved from South California to North California because at that time, Vivian was my girlfriend, and I moved to be close to her. And so I started working for my mother-in-law, cleaning hotels, doing housekeeping. I did that for a year and a half, maybe two. And then I spoke to Norma, my mother-in-law, and I told her, hey, I want to do something more. What else is there here to do? I know I have potential. I think you can see it. I'm willing to give my best. I just want to know what other opportunities are there here besides housekeeping. And she shut me down. She said there was nothing else. Maybe supervising later down the line. But with my observation of Norma, she wasn't a person that really kept her word in terms of like coming through with those positions, because I heard her tell that to other people. And so I just saw no opportunity, so I left. I did other jobs. In 2017, I came back. But I didn't come back to cleaning, although I did clean. I started doing residential cleaning. But I came back with the intentions to work in the administration. Turns out that I came back, I worked in the administration, and I started cleaning houses. Norma assigned me to be a house cleaner. And I was doing it, again, thinking that that is providing value, being obedient, following instructions, saying yes, getting it done, taking initiative was enough. And it was not enough. I eventually got tired 2 years after. And by the way, I didn't mind it in the beginning because I started a side hustle where I was a videographer, graphic designer, photographer. I was just doing a lot of media work, which was awesome and fun. I knew nothing about that. But when I jumped into that side hustle, I got into debt. I had actually been getting into debt before that because I picked it up as a hobby. But then I saw opportunity to make money, so I threw myself in the waters I knew nothing about. In my first year, I made $30K, which was pretty great. But again, I was a beginner, so I was putting in so many hours right after work. I would just invest my whole time, go to sleep at 1, 2 in the morning, and I did that over and over just to make a little bit of extra money. 2 years after I hit depression, I fell into depression for something silly. Now I could say it's silly, but at the time it didn't feel like it was silly. It felt like it was a serious thing. My world came down, etc. Year later, I told myself I'm gonna pick myself up. I mean, I was trying to throughout the whole year, but I just couldn't. It took that long, I know. I started reading. First book I read was by Jordan Peterson. Changed my life. It was Beyond Order, 12 Rules for Life. Atomic Habits by James Clear. I just got into reading, but Jordan Peterson, David Goggins, Grant Cardone changed my life. After that year, I was all into self-development, and just a couple months after I was in self-development, keep in mind I was still working for the business. Back then it was an A team, it was called My Heathers. I was just doing the surface level things, and I committed to taking action because I knew that Norma had no vision, or at least I felt like she didn't. She was invested in other things in her other things in her life, like church. And so I'm like, I'm gonna take full ownership, I'm gonna take action, I'm gonna create opportunities, I'm gonna bring results. I'm not gonna wait to be told or asked, I'm just gonna do it. And I took full control. I felt like I had the authority and the permission to do so too. I just didn't do that out of like the nothing. Because in the beginning I didn't want to step over Norma, cross any lines. I was very respectful. But it was clear to me that opportunity wasn't going to happen unless I created it and caused it with results. That's the word, results. So I did that. I took on full responsibility. I was unclear of many things, but I just took the step. It was the mental decision first. I took that step, and everything else just became history. I got into Cardone U for sales, learning sales from Grant Cardone. I'm all heavy on Grant Cardone. I consider him like my mentor in every aspect, because the reason why he changed my life was just not because he was just a great salesperson or a business person, just a great human being, honestly. Great husband, great father, great spiritual person. So I really want to learn from him. So I decided to pick him as a person that I want to be mentored by, through his books, through his videos, through his teachings. And so I got into Cardone U, which is a sales training courses. I got a sales coach, Charna. Charna has changed my life. I meet with her weekly. Now I'm meeting with her bi-weekly, but man, Charna, she's another level of a person. She's amazing. She brought gratitude into my heart. She taught me about gratitude. She taught me about going heavy on meditation. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. So I'm here today. I created my opportunity. I went from making $12 an hour to making 72 an hour. I bring home 10K to my pocket every month. And now I'm operating the business as if it's mine. I will scale it. I know I will. I'm moving to Texas from California. I already hired my first assistant. I'm moving 10 days from now, but I already hired the assistant, because the goal is to buy my time back, having this virtual assistant do all the administration, all the day-to-day operations, so that I can focus on what moves the needle. And that, to me right now, is sales, marketing, and creating a hiring funnel so that I'm consistently delivering every service. That's my plan. Just wanted to share this, put this out there. I'm nothing special. I had so many beliefs that don't serve me, and I still do. Every day, I'm combating those and taking them out. I'm rewiring my mind. I'm only listening to positive things. I'm following Grant, doing what he says. You got to follow someone. You got to follow someone that you trust, that you know that you can trust. And that's the one thing I learned throughout my personal development journey, that I was so stubborn, only trusting what I knew, and that was leading me to the same results. I made a commitment to myself that I'm going to trust someone. Of course, I trust God, but in terms of like what I'm trying to accomplish, I decided to trust Grant. And so I'm doing that, and I'm always training. You got to be growing. Once you stop training, once you stop studying, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you feel like crap. I'm telling you, gotta exercise to keep yourself healthy. I constantly have these setbacks, and that usually happens when I'm not working out, when I'm not eating well, when I'm not meditating, when I'm not practicing gratitude. And so those are little things that keep me grounded. Just want to share them with you guys, anybody watching, and most importantly, to my future self. So I'm nothing special, really. I'm very insecure even about the way I communicate and about a lot of things. I feel very uncomfortable in a setting with individuals that communicate in English, because English is not my primary language, and there's like I've been so introverted that I haven't really connected, socialized, and so I even have social anxiety. It's just I'm telling you, I'm going through a lot, and if I could do this, anyone can. Honestly, I am nothing special, and I still struggle today. I'm still scared today, but I'm still pushing forward, because I know I'm meant for more. I know I'm meant for greatness. I know I'm meant to lead myself and a family, and to create a huge impact in this world. I may feel small today, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. I really don't. But I know I will one day. That's why I work within myself every single day. And I want to encourage anyone out there watching this, if you relate to me or anything that I'm saying, to me, to my journey, let me know down below in the comments. I want to build a community one day, and hopefully I could do it through this platform. Build a community where we can grow, learn from each other, and I want to grow so much that I could help so many people, and hopefully I could help you down in the future. Because maybe right now I just can't help you. Can't help anyone. I'm trying to help myself. I can't help anyone if I can't help myself. So I'm helping myself, and hopefully, at least this video could motivate you, encourage you, and remind you that you can do this too. You got this.